All right, guys. Hey, welcome to our extra class on Labor Day. You guys can go ahead and unmute, and if you want to show your lovely faces, that would be great too. We'll go ahead and that way we can. Good to see you. You like being called Jay or Dig?
Jay.
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 Okay. I think I told my other teachers you like being called Dig. I'm sorry. So if they do that, it's my fault. My fault. An extra nickname for you, I guess. Huh? So
That's the first one.
yeah. Now you're still in India, right? You're still over in India, going from there. Good. Well, it's good to have you. Nasher, you're in as well. I believe Nasher's in, and Will, you should be in as well. I mean, you guys can unmute.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, good. Yeah, it'll be good for me to double check that you can talk as well as be able to see each other. You will be doing a class exercise if more people show up. Hopefully they will. There you go. Good, Will. Good to see you. Nasher, you there as well? You may not be hearing me. Hopefully, well, you guys can hear me. So it's Nasher's speakers. They're not working. All right, let me invite a few more people. See, okay, Will, you're here. Jordan. Now, are you guys? You're not all one team, are you? It'd be great if you were all one team. So I don't think you are. Okay, you're all in separate teams. Will, you're in team 2. I think Jay, you're in team 3. Nasher, you there? He could have walked away. Not sure if your speaker isn't working, just do something on the meeting chat. That'd be great. Or if you guys froze up or something. So, can you guys see me? You guys are free. Will, you're frozen altogether. So, did you do that on purpose or? Okay, now you're gone. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, it like crashed. So.
Oh, halfway through. All right. Gotta love Microsoft Teams. I kind of like Microsoft Teams because it allows us to do these team exercises. So, kind of surprised not more people are coming. I might have to just do it with you guys, or if you want, we can. Let's see, Will's already here. Oop, doing the wrong one. Let me do Jordan. Around and Marcus. All right. Have you guys? If you guys can reach out to your. Oh, okay. There's Rohib. Rohib, you're here. Good. Why don't you make sure your video and speaker works, Rohib? There you go. Good. We see your fan looking good. All right. All right. So, Rohit, you're working. That's good. You're in team 2. How about your mic, Rohit?
Hello.
There you go. We can hear you. That's good. That's good. Now, one of the reasons I need to hear you guys is we're going to do a little whiteboard thing, and so I need everybody to be working. Nasher, if you're there, you can unmute and show your face. That would be great. Nasher just logged in. That's all they did. Okay. Nasher, you can also, there you are. Good to see you for a second there. So there you go. That's great. And Kalish, go ahead and undo your mute and show your face. That'd be great. We're going to be making this a little more. We got to make sure Microsoft Teams will work, that we all can see each other and do our thing. So Rohit, I kind of lost you. I don't believe I heard you say anything.
Hello. Good
Yeah,
afternoon,
there
Professor.
you are. Does your camera work, Rohit?
Yeah.
All right. Not sure if you can hear me. Please unmute and show yourself. Kalish, is that how you say your name, Kalish?
Oh,
There
it's
you
Colette.
are.
It's Kalechi.
Kaleshi, got it. All right, Kaleshi, you're on. Let me hear your voice. You kind of crashed slightly. Okay, you're good there. Good. Now, one of the reasons I wanted everybody to show their face and talk is we are going to do some team exercises. Unfortunately, the rest of the teams aren't here, and I need everybody to be in. Let me try to get a few more people in if I can. All right. They're not in. Okay. You guys got my email, or did you just go into Microsoft Teams when you got in?
I
We
just
got
went
an email.
to Microsoft Teams.
Okay, good, good, good. All right. Look, we'll get started. Maybe the other teams will get here in time. Unfortunately, a lot of what I'm going to talk about will go into the exercise. So maybe what I'll have you guys do is work as a team together, since it's only 5 of you, and then maybe have you. That doesn't work either. Okay, we'll work something out. I might show you the exercise, then you're going to have to work with your teams, okay? So you're going to have to show them kind of what we're doing. This exercise I'm about to show you goes throughout the entire class, the course. So every class, you'll be pulling on the same scenario that I'm going to show you. So that's important. That's why I felt it was important to have this extra team, because extra class. I don't want to spend a lot of your Labor Day here, just maybe an hour or so to go through some things. But the very first thing, exercise-wise, you're going to do is I'm going to give you a function from a pretend phone, and I need you as a team to explore that function from a ConOps standpoint, as well as try to think of the various stakeholders that would be involved. So let's go through. You all can see my slides, right? And by the way, I think you can make the slides really large if you just click on them, and they should go large. Is everybody okay? You can see my slides?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Do speak up. It would be good to have you talk now and then. So basically, we talked last week about life cycle concepts. I wasn't able to get into a deep explanation of those. I still want you to review the slides in more specific detail. But the idea of the life cycle concepts, especially the ConOps or OpsCon, is to have this kind of understanding of an implementation-free aspect of what the mission is, or the business proposition that you were trying to do. So what you would do is actually try to capture whatever behavioral characteristics you expect the system that would implement that mission would look like. So you're actually trying to describe how is this system actually is going to be actually interfaced by people who actually touch it. So what's nice about getting your ConOps together is it really gives you a good idea of what your requirements are, especially derived requirements, and it helps the designers get an insight into what the operators or users are expecting from the system or the mission as they're going forward. So actually, you probably saw this from 661. For most of you who took that, he talked about how mission analysis kind of took that mission need and customer need, or your business analysis, and did that analysis of the mission in order to understand what kind of system requirements that you would be thinking about in order to meet that mission. And of course, that would lead to your architecture design, which would eventually lead to your actual system being created. So I go through several steps on how to do a mission analysis, especially reviewing the mission, vision, the ConUps that are available, and then start looking at gaps and opportunities to help you figure out how to meet this mission as we're going forward. Then we talked about examining solution space, and we're going to talk about what that means in just a few seconds here in terms of what do we mean by solution space. And then we do modeling and simulation where it makes sense and define the concepts, set some alternatives, try to get that feedback from your stakeholders on the feasibility and looking at various alternatives, and then try to do and define an actual deployment concept or your support concept and or even retirement concepts. So those are concepts that you want to get up front and early as you're doing this. Now, part of that is actually working that whole validation criteria. That is, how do you know the system that you have and built actually meets that mission? Well, it's fairly simple. Take the ConOps or OpsCon that describes the mission, take your system, plug it in there, and run it through there. And that's how you kind of get it to work. And in there, you need to start thinking about thresholds and objectives for that system. So part of that, especially from a mission-oriented standpoint, is measures of effectiveness. If you notice here, it says, what is the operational measure of success that relates to the achievement of your mission or your operational objective that's being evaluated? And you do that within its intended environment under whatever conditions that you set up in order to make it work. And it's always done from the acquirer standpoint. Now, one of the reasons I wanted you to unmute yourselves is I'm going to ask you a question here. I'm going to give you a scenario. This is I have six troops. I need to get over in this mountain in a certain amount of time from A to B, right? In a certain amount of time. It could be 5 miles in a half an hour. It could be 100 miles in 30 minutes. You know, who knows? But it's A to B in a certain amount of time. What kind of systems would you think would work in order to get those troops from A to B over this mountain range? Just throw out some ideas that you guys may have. And you have to unmute yourself in order to talk. So everybody unmute yourself. You guys, let's brainstorm here together.
Air transport, like a helicopter. Or...
All right, let's put that in there. That's one that we could do. Helicopter. Another thing, in the air transport, there's a different type thing than a helicopter. What would be another thing? Anybody?
A vehicle transport or going on by foot
I'm sorry. Well, by foot
or by a vehicle transport.
or vehicle. Okay, let's see if I have something for that. I think I have this right here. Let's do that. That'll be a. Of course, we got to get 6 people in there, right, in order to make that work, and we'll shrink that up. Anything else?
Going on by foot.
Yeah, so that was a good one. I like that one. So let me put that one there. And then now, if you go by foot, you may not meet it, right? The time frame. So what would you need if you are doing it by foot? What is something that would kind of help with that? If they're going by foot, what kind of system could you give them to help aid them to make it work?
In between.
How about something where it's mechanicized, right? It would be some kind of robot-ish type thing, right? So you could do that. Anything else? Anybody have any other ideas?
Professor, what was that? The thing you said right now? Is
I'm
it some
sorry,
kind of
Rohit. It's hard to
it,
hear you. One more time.
yeah? Is it some kind of mechanical system like an exoskeleton or something to go on foot?
Yeah,
Is it?
that's
Oh,
what I'm thinking. Right.
okay, yeah.
Anybody else? Kalish? Did I say that right? I gotta remember.
I have
Kalish?
no, I have no suggestions.
I'm sorry, I missed you.
I can't think of anything at the moment.
Okay, Nasher, anything you can think of?
I was thinking of helicopter, but Will already answered that.
As already there. So these are good. Let's now, the important thing to know here, okay, this right here, you just helped me come up with solution spaces. Okay, you see what I'm saying? By the way, you can mute yourselves. I'm getting a little bit of feedback. So this is what I mean by solution space. And you can actually come up with even more ideas, right? You could like maybe come up with a come through a boring machine through the mountain or something like that, you know, as a way to make this work. And maybe you could put these guys in here in order to make that a reliability. So it would be both things, you know, they would be going through the machine thing. This or the car or the helicopter, all those are viable solutions. But what is our mission? No matter what the solution is, what is our mission? Anybody can speak it out because I kind of already explained it at the beginning.
Getting to be within the allotted time.
A lot of time. So that is actually what we call a mission of effective, your measure of effectiveness. So this one right here, I think it was the blue. This right here is your mission of effectiveness. That's your measure of effectiveness. No matter if you do the mechanical or the boring or the car or the helicopter, your MOE has to meet this. So your solution space, it doesn't matter what the solution space, right? It's implementation free. You're describing what the mission is. Now, so MOE always relates back to, oh, sorry, I'm supposed to get rid of that. Sorry. Always relates to the mission. All right. Now, let's think about the helicopter for a minute. Okay, all of you. How would you measure the helicopters? That's the measures of a performance. Okay. The measures of performance looks at the entire system that you're using. What would be a measure of performance that will make you, that will assure you that you'll meet this mission time from A to B? What would be a good measure? And we're talking super simple here. Don't try to overcomplicate it. You see it in your car every time you travel, and they worry about how fast you're going. So what would that measure be?
Miles per hour.
Miles per hour. Okay, not trying to make it complicated, right? All we're doing is trying to figure out, is it going fast enough for us? And I believe this has to be, how do I change the color? No way to do that. All right. I think I go this way. So the miles per hour is your actual, your MOP, and that's related to the system, right? As we're doing it. So now we know that your purple, let's get purple here. I don't see green. I should get better at this. So anyway, but your miles per hour is your MOP. Okay. Now, if we were to actually think about what we call a technical performance measure, that's actually related to a element within your system. So what element in our system will actually make that MPH work? Anybody have any ideas?
Helicopter engine, your torque, basically.
Exactly. So now you actually go in and you go, let's look at the engine, right? I should actually type this out. It's a little easier than what I'm doing. So the engine is what's called the TPM, and your actual, let's go ahead and do a copy, paste. And we would do, what were you calling it, the horsepower or something like that? That's just one way of looking at the engine. So that is how your TPM works. Okay. Now, keep in mind, you have many TPMs to make up that MOP for your system. And your system actually would have many MOPs, right? What are other measures of performance that your system have to meet in order to meet your mission? You guys have an idea? What would be some more MOPs? What were other aspects of the mission that are important?
It's got to be reliable, so all 6 people get across.
It's got to hold 6 people. So that would be a measure of performance. It would be like, okay, you need to go this fast. By the way, you're holding this many troops, right? And also the weight of your system would actually impact your miles per hour. So your weight may be a measure of performance. So your mission is very specific, no matter what you're picking, right? But your measures of performance and your TPMs can be many and varied. And of course, the TPMs are related to your MOPs, and your MOPs are related to your MOEs. So the reason I'm being real about this and making this work for you is we're going to talk about this time and time again as we're going forward. So I just want you to be aware of it. We're going to mention it again when we get into talking about the various aspects of it. All right. So that's what a measure of effectiveness is. Again, very high level, mission oriented. And we're not worried about how it's accomplished. We just want to know these high level requirements in order to make it work. Okay. And if we get that mission understood, then we could start looking at those various solution spaces and try to compare them in terms of alternatives to see which one would actually meet that mission within the cost and the technical constraints we're under. Okay, let me give you an example. Like, for instance, you would have this mission for a satellite to perform within space without refueling or maintenance for at least 8 years. It's part of its mission. How would you actually evaluate that MOE? It's in space, right? So one of the things you would do is actually do an analysis on a lot of the subcomponents that actually make up the reliability of this thing working for 8 years. The other thing is, like, for instance, an aircraft has to deliver 4,000 pounds of ordnance in a distance up to 300 nautical miles from the point of takeoff and return without refueling. So you guys throw out what would be some measures of effect. Well, what is the measure of effectiveness here? I actually describe it to you.
To deliver 400 pounds of ordnance.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty much it, right? And you would actually say, I can actually show you I've met this MOE by demonstrating it. Put 400 pounds of ordnance on a plane, go out 300 miles. You don't even have to drop it. Just go out and come back, and you've met this, right? In order to prove it. So as you can see with operational testing, that's where the MOE actually starts coming into play. Now, what I want to do is actually start you guys off on an exercise. If you have your teams together. If you don't, you may have to go by yourself, unfortunately. And I want you to get a hold of your team's members and yell at them for not being here. I really need you guys to coalesce as a team because there's a lot of work that needs to be done for the team project. And we'll talk about that right after this team project, this team exercise. So I'm going to show you a video of this pomegranate. And make sure you have it on full screen so that you can see it. And basically that video is the CONOPS of this system. Now I gave you, all of you should know what your function is for this thing. You should have went into either the teams here or within Blackboard. Have you all gone into Blackboard and you know what your function is? Raise your hand if you know, okay? Raise your hand. I think that's the only thing that I can have you guys do. Or just yell out, I guess. But then I wouldn't know who's yelling out. So, okay, Jay knows. What is it, Jay? Can you unmute and say what you're saying?
Coffee maker.
Coffee maker, and you're part of team 3. Okay. And by the way, is any of your teammates here? I don't think so. Is Hazim or Jordan?
No, Jordan is not.
Hazim is here. He's part of your team. Hazim, can you hear us? Okay, so I just want you to know, I really need you guys to get into Blackboard. I can't, I put a lot of effort making that Blackboard work. I'm not going to hold your hand for this class, okay? I gave you a lot of information and you need to go through it, okay? And I really want you to reach out to me if any of it doesn't make sense, okay? So let's real quick go through Blackboard. I'm going to bring it up here. You should be able to see this. Let me know if you don't. But basically, of course, from the welcome, the analysis, I have a thing called Team Project. And so basically, I describe the Team Project. I have the specs, how to download the core, and I have team members. And in there, each team has members in it. And you have your subsystem you've been assigned, as well as the exercise system I'm trying to get through now, and your stakeholder, which we covered last week. Those only come into play with 2 exercises, but the other one that I'm about to show you comes out for each and every one. So with that in mind, Hasim, could you go ahead and show yourself? And if you don't mind unmuting.
Yes.
Yes, Hasim, can you see here that you're the coffee maker for team 3?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you and I believe Jay are the only 2 around for team 3. You'll be going off into your channel, and you're going to be doing this this work. I'm going to show you how to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to have you here, by the way. Let's see if we have some more. Kalish, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Kalish, were you able to get into the team folder and see where you were at?
See where I was at in terms of like who's on my
What team you're in, right? You're in team 1.
Yeah, I was able to.
Okay, so what is your function with the pomegranate? Do you know what for your exercise system?
Not quite sure, but
it's the video projector. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were asking me like what function I was implementing with the video projector.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. And I'm going to show you what the system looks like. Okay, the entire system. So we'll talk about that, and you'll see that in the work here. Is any of your team here? I believe Precious and now there's a new guy. He's
Shadab. I am here.
Shadab. Very good to have you here. Sorry
you.
to throw you into this. You kind of missed the first class. Shadab, I am going to ask you to do something a little extra that everybody did last week. But we'll talk about that separately. But you're part of with Kalish, and you'll be working the video projector. So you'll be going into your general channel to work this exercise. By the way, this going through all this, I hope will be a lot faster in the future. Normally, of course, when we're live, I just tell people to get together, to get in little groups. This takes a little longer. So I don't believe Precious is here, but you two are here as well. Okay, let's see. Nasher, are you there? Are you able to speak? Let's see, Nasher's.
Professor,
Go ahead and talk again.
can you hear me?
Not really. You're kind of low.
Give me 1 quick second.
Okay, and Nasher, you should be with Marcus and Alden, or but either of them here. So Marcus, maybe I'll go in with your channel and we'll just get you started. But Nasher, you'll be doing the shaving razor, and when you get with your team people, I'll need you guys to you need to talk to them about this exercise thing.
Sounds
Okay,
great. Thank you.
Rohit, I believe, did we talk to Rohit and Will? I believe both of you are here.
Yep, we're here.
Yes.
Yeah, and you guys have the voice translator.
Yes.
And you'll be going, you're part of Team 3. So that's perfect. Now, if you need anything for the team project, normally underneath the team project, not only do I have team members, and underneath you can see what each team and what you're assigned to and things like that. But I also have underneath the team project your actual group pages. So what's nice about the group pages is that's another area you can work as a team, not so much for these exercises, but when you actually do it for the team project for the year, for the semester. All right. Okay, very good. We got that out of the way. So let's go watch this together, all right, and see what you think. Oh, let me know. Oh, yeah, I better do this real quick. Can you guys hear? Let me make sure the system is shown, can be heard. Turn off incoming video, live captions. This thing, show device settings, speakers, microphone. Okay. Let me know if you hear this, okay? If you can't hear it, I gotta do. You hear that?
No.
No.
Okay. I think there's a way to put on the system, and I forgot how to. Your system sounds. Maybe it's over here. And that's the mute. Stop sharing. Oh, it's part of the sharing. Let me do this real quick. All right. Include system audio. Screen 2. All right, now you should be able to hear it. Let me know if you can, okay? You guys hear that?
Yes.
Yeah, I like to hear it.
Good.
Welcome to the Pomegranate, the one device that puts more things in the palm of your hand than you ever thought possible. Phone, email, full internet
Did you lose it? Sorry. There we go.
browsing, built-in camera, video, MP3 player, GPS navigation. And that's just the beginning. Explore the Pomegranate and see what sets it apart from everything else. The Pomegranate's built-in projector
So
can
this
play
is for that
anything
team
in
that
vivid
has the
widescreen
projector.
format. Simply point the screen and it projects. What would you like to project?
Now try to get the specs from this, guys.
The Pomegranate takes meetings to a whole new level. It projects your presentation up to a 72-inch screen size. What would you like to project?
So 72-inch was a spec on the side.
Watch movies at full HD resolution with the Pomegranate.
HD revs.
It's like having a home theater in your hands. Instantly speak any language you choose with the Global Voice Translator. Just talk into the front of the Pomegranate, and the language of your choice is spoken from the speaker in the rear. Go ahead, give it a try. Click on the letters GVT. The Global Voice Translator, language is never a barrier. A fresh cup of coffee from your smartphone. Yes, it's finally possible. Just insert one of our single brew packets, and the Pomegranate takes it from there. Choose a flavor.
And the last one is the razor. I believe one of you have
An
that.
electric razor that's built right into your smartphone. Once you start using it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. The Pomegranate eliminates the need for a separate shaver. And since it's always with you, you can shave whenever you want. If you're really in a rush, you can even talk and shave at the same time.
Hey, I'm just on my way.
I'm leaving the office now.
All right, we'll meet you in the lobby.
I wonder how they muted the buzzing sound while you're on the phone.
The Pomegranate isn't just about work, it's also
I don't
about
think any
fun.
of you have the harmonic.
And what's more fun than a phone you can play? Just when the day is starting to drag, break out the Pomegranate harmonica. You can play along with preset beats or go freestyle. No other phone in the world plays like the Pomegranate.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's all done. So that's the exercise system that you guys will be working on. Now, what I want you to do is just think about the function that you guys have. You've been assigned one, and then just kind of describe what that conop that you just saw is. So you can use the exact same words if you want. It could be just bullets, whatever you think. That's fine. And then also think about, okay, if it's to do that, how would I measure the system once it's out there and it's doing its mission? If it's supposed to shave, how well should it shave? Are there certain measures that you could do in order to make it work? And remember, you're trying to state these mission about effectiveness from a consumer standpoint. So it's like a person actually using the phone. So get in your teams. I'll join the team that only has one. We'll talk a little bit. I'll join each of you as you're talking and writing it up. Now, what you'll be doing is going into this here, where you actually should be able to see your team. So you go in and you go to Files, and you'll actually see the first exercise. So when you open that up, you should be able to go in and actually start typing in. Oop, that's the wrong one. Let me go back. Close that. Go to Team 2, Exercise 2. Sorry. Work that. Go to this one here and just start typing away. You should be able to. You probably can get rid of that, but you can just start typing in order to do your ConOps as well as your measures of effectiveness. So just start writing those out as you work. And remember, you can do it together as you're doing it. All right, so you guys go ahead and you can get out of this. Just put me on hold as you go into your various teams. Remember, you go into your team and you can actually go down here and actually do a meet now and actually start talking to each other as you're doing that. Okay? Any questions? Please talk away. I'm listening. All right, go ahead, get into your teams. Go ahead and put me on hold. You can start another one. Remember, you always hit your team button over here in order to get into your teams there. And then go to your channel. Okay? So let's see who's here. Let me double check here. You guys, okay, Team 2, you started already. That's great. All right. We okay, Hashim. All right, you guys start going. You're going doing good. I believe there's one of you that only has one. I'll Team 2. I think I don't have enough of Team 2. Shiv and Will made it. Okay, that's good. Kalish, don't forget to go into your general channel and get in with your team in there. All right, Team 3. See if I think Jay's already in there waiting for you. Kalish, can you hear me?
I think I'm already in here, but maybe not.
No, I should be on hold. You should not be in this meeting if you're in the other meeting. So go to the other meeting. That's good. Go to your general channel. Nasher, how you doing? Nasher, you there? Did you just come on and not say? I've yet to hear. Oh, I did hear from you. Nasher?
Hey, Professor, I'm here.
Okay. I don't believe your 2 people are on. So go to your channel.
Okay.
You know how to do that, right?
Yes, Professor.
All right, go to your channel and go ahead and start a meeting, and I'll join you in there. Okay.
Okay, Professor, I have a request.
Please.
I won't be able to attend the whole class for today. I may have to leave like around 5:20ish because I have to give ride to my dad.
No, that's fine. Yeah, let's finish this up, and then you're going to have to get with your teams
Sounds good.
and talk to them about all this that we're working on. The only thing you're going to miss, along with your other team, is I'm going to go through some of the teamwork. Go into the team folder and start thinking about your team plan. You need to get together with your team and start talking to them. Okay?
Yes, Professor. I had a meeting with the team member today, and we discussed. We went over the team project and the assignment which is due on week 4. So we already start working on it.
Perfect. That's perfect. Okay, let's get into Team 4 there and start up an actual meeting. Why don't you go ahead and start it, and I'll join. Okay. And you can do it up here where it says meet. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right. All right, you guys, you're on, right? You guys were so fast. I didn't expect you to be that fast. So good job. So let's get everybody else on here. Okay. All right, let me see if I can get them to start coming in now. I think we're going to be missing a few people. Okay, Will's here. All right. Hey Jay, good to see you. All right. Okay, let me try. Okay, good. I have most of you. I think some people had to drop out. This has gone longer than the hour that I expected. I think this online stuff, I'm going to have to get used to in terms of trying to figure out a way for us to finish in a good amount of time. I think it's important for us to do these exercises. So I'm hoping as you get used to doing them, you'll be a lot more efficient. You'll be able to go in, do your exercise, know what file to look at, know how to modify it, and then get out. So if I can get you guys doing it in 10 to 15 minutes, we can try to shorten up our class time. So with that in mind, let me talk to Shadab real quick and ask him to come back. I believe he's in. Oh no, he's not there. Is he team 2? He's here. Let me. Oh, that's good. All right, she has not hung up yet. Okay. So, it looks like Casey. Is it Casey or Kalesh? She may not have hung up hers. All right. Looks like we're fine. Okay, we're good. Let me go back here. What I'm going to do is share my screen and start showing the various ones. I believe Shadab had to move out. He's out, and Kalish hung up just recently. So it's just you guys. So let me go ahead and share this screen here. All right. Let me go back here. Let's go here. All right, let's go with team 1. By the way, Kalish is still on. That's something that you guys have to try to work on, hanging up from your previous one, because your meeting now will continue to work here. Oh, is there anyone from meeting 1? Shadab, are you here? Oh, he's not here either, is he? Oh, okay. I have nobody to talk with Shadab's. Let's go to meeting 2. Will, Rahab, which one of you want to talk to this?
I can.
All right. Which one of you? Jay? All right. So yeah, just describe the ConOps a little bit.
Yeah, so the global voice translator, or the GVT, allows the user to instantly translate their speech into another language.
Very good. Now, don't be afraid when it comes to ConOps like this. Start talking about the things that you'll be talking about in the MOE. So in there, you can say 50 languages. You might want to talk about maybe instantaneous is not a measurable thing, so you may want to be a little more precise there. But what did you say for the MOEs? Maybe that's where. Okay, you did talk to those. So go ahead and talk to those.
Yeah, so they mentioned in the video, they kept throwing around instantaneous, which I agree is not a good MOE term, but translate 50 languages. They mentioned that the user speaks into the front mic and translate on the rear speaker.
Now that actually, that number 2 could play into your ConOp.
Okay.
Right. So it's not a measurement. Well, you would want to demonstrate it. I agree there. but you could demonstrate the ConOp and show that that's working.
Okay.
Right. And that's the one thing I forgot to tell you guys is measures, you need to start thinking, well, what would it take? Like what kind of verification or validation technique? Would you analyze it? Would you demo it? Would you actually do a test? So those are things that we'll talk about later on. And that when you do your team project, it is something that you guys need to think about for your measures of effectiveness. But, you know, not a bad job, not bad at all. All right, so let me go to the next team, team 3. Hashim or Jay, one of you would want to talk?
Yeah, I will go.
All right, Jay. Let me pull this up. Now I'm echoing. All right.
Yeah. So the concept of operation will go as select a coffee mode option in the pomegranate device, and then select the coffee flavor which you want from 4 or 5 options available. Add the straw of the pomegranate in the glass of water. Let it brew for 30 seconds, and once the coffee is brewed, eject the coffee into coffee cup.
So you're missing just a few things, right? I think taking the straw out, I think, was another thing, and let it brew. So you probably could describe the you know, that it draws it up, makes the coffee. You know, you're doing good. This should give you enough information, right? And eject the coffee into the coffee cup. Okay. Okay, that's good. So what were your measures of effectiveness?
Okay, so the coffee should be brewed in 30 seconds for a single cup of coffee.
So that's just a time, yeah.
Yeah, the capacity of pomegranate must be to brew at least 1 cup of water in a single go.
Okay.
Okay, and the temperature of coffee must be at least 45 degrees of Celsius.
That's good. Good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and there's probably a measurement. Well, you say cup of water, so that works. Okay. Yeah.
I wanted to be specific, but I didn't know how much is what.
You did good. I mean, I'm giving you only a few minutes here, so you did good. No, that's good. You guys are kind of getting the sense of what I'm having you kind of wrestle with, because eventually for your team project, you'll have to do this when you present it at the technical test review. You'll need to actually be more specific here, but you did a good job. Good job. All right, last but not least, oh, that's it. Is that it? Team 4?
I was a few minutes late. I'm team 1. I don't know if you presented for me yet.
Back there. Shadab, is that you? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get you in there and you can talk. Do you know if your teammate's going to come back? Okay.
I'm not sure, but I'll just go ahead and speak for the ConOps. Or we had a video projector that displays a screen that is 72-inch with HD resolution.
Excellent.
And then for the measurements of effectiveness, you literally could measure the screen to make sure it can display a full screen of 72 inches. And for the HDR, I believe it's measured by lumens. So
yeah, I think the lumens is more of the brightness of the screen, but the HDR maybe the pixels, maybe like per inch or something.
Okay.
So that's maybe something you can measure. And it's funny because you're getting into something that just like a ruler is a standard that you would use, HDR, I believe, is a standard that you would pull out and you would actually make sure it meets that standard, whatever it is, right? So, no, very good. You did a real good job. All right, so what I wanted you to do here is at least get to understand what the mission of your various functions within the pomegranate are, And what's important about that is because I'm going to have you start building within this exercise, we're going to build on it. So we're going to talk about like what elements or things you'll see. Actually, you can actually see it when you go up to the files here for each of your thing. You'll see that each of them. Oh, I don't actually describe it. So never mind. I thought maybe that would help. But there'll be more coming along as we're doing it. Now, one of the things I want to work with you is understand where's the MOE kind of stand within the context of the system engineering V. And so that's where you start actually getting the MOE at the mission level. It's like once the system is done and built, you're actually putting it into the field, right? So you need to do your analysis of envisioning a system in the field. And so that's why in the system analysis and during your SRR, your systems requirements review, you would actually be talking about MOEs and KPPs, which is your key performance parameters. After that, you would actually say, well, what about the system itself? You would start actually decomposition definition of your system at the PDR, and that's where the measures of performance would come in, all related to your system once it's built and integrated. But of course, you're having detailed design of each part, and that's where you would actually look at your technical performance measure, and that would come in when you're actually doing your component testing before you put it in the larger system. So your system development is where the MOP and TPM actually kind of fall into place. And you'll find program managers are normally very concerned about your MOP and TPMs because that's the only way they know they can meet the MOE. All right. Is there any questions on that? I'm going to let you guys go fairly soon. And we talked about the homework, what you have to do there. And that is an aspect of going into the assignment here. Let me turn this off. Right here where it says homework assignment, it talks about that. You upload it here. Go to course references for papers on the IHS. You can read these. They don't take long, but they give you a good sense of what we're trying to accomplish so that when you actually do the homework, it should make sense. And basically what you're doing is those MOEs that we talked about after you start looking at it. And I give you some example. This, if you put an MOE together, what's your verification method? And I actually describe what those methods could be: inspection, analysis, demo, or test. And of course, you have to describe, well, if I test this MOE, what would that look like? And what kind of system? So I read those and try to work through the advanced vehicle control system here. For the team project, though, let me go back here real quick. I need you to start thinking about, let me go back. Why did I miss? I'm sorry. I think I thought I had more on the team project than this. Oh, there we are. Nope. 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 All right, let's talk about the team project. I think I did talk about the team project the last go around. A lot of your teammates aren't here, but it would be really behoove you to meet together as a team. You can use Microsoft Teams. You can use Zoom if you guys have that. You can use Google Chat. I really don't care. But to get together, all three of you, and actually go through the team project folder together as you're doing this. One of you has to download Core, and actually get these initial core databases and make sure that they're in there. One of the key features or understanding of the team project that would go a long way is actually going into the critical design review. And down below here, I have expectations here where they actually explain picking your functional function of interest, your FOI, thinking about those, making notes on them, reviewing them, start thinking about your things. So notice here, I lay all that out for you. You need to start thinking about that, because one of the first things I want you to do for the team project within the next few weeks, as a matter of fact, is do this team assignment. I want you to submit and prepare a plan for me. So it's fairly simple, the plan. All I want you to do is actually tell me what your project task is in order to meet the plan up here, be it CDR or TRR, and who in your team is responsible for that. And then make sure that you share the input and when is it due. That way, each of you as a team member will have an assignment, and it'll actually work that way. All right. So that is an important aspect to this. And then what's the other thing? So this is due week 4. By the way, if you're ever wondering what week 4 is, go to the welcome page or syllabus and open up the sequence, scope and sequence. Week 4 is September 28th, right here. So that kind of shows you what, when things are due. And that is when the that part is due. All right, please do your best to get together as a team. Go through this. I have even more stuff down here, especially this area, the spec area. These specs up here are important for you because it will describe in more detail the actual area that you're responsible for. And that's when you start looking at these functional areas and you have to choose one. Like, for instance, one of you would have the traffic management, and you need to choose one of these functionalities. Are you doing traffic surveillance or are you doing traffic demand? And then that's the FOI that you'll be going into a little deeper as you do this. All right? So please get together with your teams, okay? All right, I don't want to hold up anymore. A lot of you have already left. There's only a few of you left. Let me hang here if you want to talk a little bit and if you have some questions as well. But the rest of you, if you feel comfortable, you know what you're doing, you're going to get together with your team, you know what your homework is. We'll see you next week. All right?
Thank you, Professor.
No problem. We'll see you guys later next week. All right. If you guys want to talk a little more or have some questions, I'll hang here. So Jay, you're still awake?
Yeah, sir, I actually wanted to know that I don't fulfill the prerequisite requirement, and
yeah,
I think that
you didn't do 661, right?
Yeah, and
I have that down here, but you're in team 3, so you have to work with Jordan and Hashim. And so, as you go through your plan, part of that, the plan will actually indicate things that they did in 661. So just try to help them say, hey, maybe I could do these things to that I understand that and get it off their plate. So work with Hashim and Jordan and make sure that you're doing your piece as much.
They both are being very cooperative till now, and I hope it continues as well. Also,
but that's where it'll really shine through.
I have dropped a mail as well to the university
Yes.
So I'm awaiting the reply. If I can find an option for this topic, then I can drop out. But still, I don't think there are any options available because due to this
Yeah,
COVID-19, the
maybe you
online
should,
options are very limited.
yeah, you don't want to leave your teammate high and dry. So,
No.
so if you
That
can
would,
stay, that'll be great. But I think if they'll work with you, you should be fine. I do
yes.
try to give you as much as you can to succeed. Do your quizzes, make sure you
Absolutely.
do the exercises and stuff. So you should be good.
So, and actually, this is my first semester in UMBC. So
Oh
this is the
my, are
first.
you doing 660 as well this semester?
Yes, I'm doing a
Okay, well,
660.
at least you're getting a little bit at the same time. So you're going to be hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge for you, but
But
if
I will
you
try
can,
my best.
you'll be all right. Yeah.
I will try my best, sir.
Okay, great.
That will be all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Okay, Kalish, did you have anything you want to talk to?
No, I do not.
Okay, you feel good? Have you been able to get with your team?
Yeah, I got with my team. I'm just having difficulties. I'm honestly kind of, yeah, all over the place.
I could hardly hear that. I'm sorry, Kalish. You kind of got a little. One more time.
Everything is fine.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah. Try to get together with your team and go through that team folder together, okay? Kalish?
Professor?
Oh,
Is it
Rohit. Rohit, how you doing?
Hey,
I can hardly hear you.
Yeah.
Just get your mic note close to you, I guess.
Hello.
There you are.
Yeah, so I was just wondering that can you suggest some certification programs for the systems engineering that I could like use and that would be beneficial for me in the future for those things I'm doing? Because I was looking at the INCOSE ASAP exams also.
Yes, that is worth taking. Yes.
Yeah, so
actually, UMBC is trying their best to make it such that if you pass all the courses for the certification here, you can get an ASAP. But you need to talk to the dean. Have you been talking to the dean, Toby, at any time?
no, I think this semester they changed it again. I think it's someone else again right now, or is it Dr. Toby?
Dr. Toby is an acting dean, but you're right. There may be a somebody they just hired, maybe, and I don't know who they are. I apologize, because I haven't talked to them yet. Do you know their name?
No, I don't think so. But maybe I can just contact my program coordinator, and try to reach out. But I was thinking like you may suggest something also.
Yeah. Now I do want to encourage you, if you're not in a rush for this, I do a another course called 673, I think. Let me make absolutely sure, but it's 673, and that one is advanced, actually advanced processes, and I actually go through the INCOSE handbook. And so I actually find, I meant to talk to Shadi about this. Can you still see me? Yeah, advanced system processes down here, 673. So if you get a chance and can go and actually take that course and arrange to take the exam, you'll probably pass after you've taken my class.
So the exam, the INCOSE ASAP, is it going to be online or we have to book a center
Good
is it
question.
in person?
I think you have to reach out to the INCOSE people for that.
Yeah, cause I saw it on the website. It said is you have to go in the person and take the exam, but I don't know about it because of the COVID. And
Correct. And they actually can you see my website, my
Yeah.
screen? Are you seeing my screen?
Yes. Yes.
Over here, I think there's a about learn more. Who runs? I think that's it. I think you can actually reach out to her, this Courtney Wright at incosi.org, and she may be able to answer your question on that. But I
Okay.
think in here they talk about, they have some pretty good questions about the exam and stuff like that. I believe the way they would do it, I mean, if you're worried about that, I think by the time you're ready, I mean, you're not going to be ready to take the exam for a while. Are you hoping to do this rather quickly?
No, I was thinking about doing in the next semester because I'll just have a capstone project then, and
Yeah,
I will
by
be
then
also
it'll be fine.
and also I will be applying for full-time job during then. So I
Yeah.
think I'll enough time to manage that. So that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, that should work. I think even if we still have these COVID issues, the way they do the exams is you go into a place where they can do a lot of separations and they can wipe down the screens. You should be fine. Should be fine.
Also, the official textbook for this is the CBOK one, right?
Yes, it is actually the handbook, which I actually gave you a copy.
Yeah, I saw that, but I think it's a older version. So is
No,
there?
I put the older version in there too, but right here is the new one right here. See?
Yeah. So
This is the
okay.
old one. This is the new one. Maybe I should get rid of the old one. You know what? I'll do
Okay,
that.
so we have the updated one, right?
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah.
See here where it's the old one?
Mm-hmm.
And the one underneath it's the new one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
you
got
have
it.
both.
Oh, so is this just an like a multiple choice question test, or is there any practical
Yeah,
thing?
yes. They actually the way it's multi-answer. So they usually give a actually if you go to their website, they actually show a knowledge exam. They do a paper that you can read. These are the exams. Reference document. That's actually getting it. I thought they actually describe. Let me get. You probably can't read this, right?
No,
But in here they'll
to just share the link with me, so I can just
it's
go.
in Cozy. You go to you already went to it.
Okay.
You just need to bounce around up here. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, cause no. I tried in Cozy before, but this seems like a different website. I don't know. Maybe
This
they
is in Cozy. You go over here to the menu and you go to.
maybe they just changed the Outlook office. I don't know.
Yeah, you got that?
Yeah.
All right. And they do have a description of a exam. You have to go through this. But if you were to take my 673 class, I'll go through that for you. It's a very simple, like they give you 5 answers, you choose 3. It's that type of thing.
Okay.
They describe it in here. Another thing, no, actually, they may not have that. They used to have a good overview slide deck, and I don't know where that is anymore.
Oh yeah, they have a branch and all this. Yeah. This is the one, I think. The path. I
Right
saw
here. So they used to have a nice slide deck in here that kind of described it, but
No. You went on that page earlier. I think it's the certification levels, the levels page.
yeah. But you have time, and you do need to read the handbook.
Yeah, the CBOK.
If you take my 673, I'll actually teach you every process in the handbook.
I don't think so. I'll take it in the next semester because I'm full this semester. I already have 3 credits taken. 9
I
credits.
didn't quite understand you there. You mumbled a little bit. So
Yeah, so maybe I'll take it in the next semester because I
yes,
already
next
have
semester.
taken enough subjects this semester. So
Yeah, and if you do take it next semester, do try to arrange your exam after that. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. We'll catch you around. Any other
Yes.
questions?
No, that's it. Thank you.
No problem. Kalish or Casey? How do I say your name, Kalish? You there?
Yes, I'm here.
You must have a question. You hung on when everybody else hung up. So
Yeah, because my connection, I just thought the class was going to be an hour, and I like had a reservation for a plan. So I'm like literally like my connection is my phone. So, but I don't really have a question because I kind of have to go.
okay, are you getting more comfortable with Microsoft Teams?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I really want to make sure that you don't get distracted. I noticed you didn't do the quiz yet. You know you don't want to fall behind on the work. So okay.
Sounds good.
All right, good. I want to see the quiz done. All right, before the next class. All right.
Well,
Thanks, Kalish. We'll see you later.
see you.
Bye bye. See you next week.
You too.